So first of all, you want to cut off a piece of clay from your block that you've got, and you want it to kind of fit in the palm of your hand. I'm going to show you how to make a basic pinch pot. Now, to start with, you'll want to try and squash your ball of clay into a round ball. So I'm just using two hands, and I'm just compressing it and turning it round and round. And then once it's a rough ball shape, I'm going to smooth out any creases I can see with my thumb. And it's really important when you're making something with clay not to make any air bubbles inside it. So you wouldn't want to pinch, a hole closed and leave a bubble of air. You want to use a smoothing motion to kind of mash the clay down onto itself and smooth it over. And then the next step is I like to pat it in my hands, turning it round as I go. Clay prefers to be compressed rather than moulded. It's made up of platelets which lie flat against each other. So as you're patting them, those platelets go from being all at funny angles against each other to lying nice and flat, one on top of the other. Okay, now it's fairly round. I've got a couple of creases, so I'm just going to gently smooth those over. Lovely. Right, so I'm going to have a look at the ball and see which side I might like to be my base. I think that's the bottom. So I'm just going to give it a little gentle pat on the table, and you can see it's just flatten the bottom out, and that's going to become the bottom of our pot. Now the next step is to get your thumb and go straight into the top, but don't go the whole way through. Stop maybe centimetre or centimetre and a half from the bottom. Sometimes it'll be easier to do it into your hand to feel where your thumb is. There we go. So what's down here, the bottom of this hole, will become the base of our pot, and that's why we want it to be maybe a centimetre deep, because we don't want to go the whole way through, because then our pot will have a hole in the bottom. Now the reason it's called a pinch pot is because we're going to use a pinching motion to compress the clay walls all around the outside of this hole, and then that's going to stretch them outwards and also upwards a little bit. So I'll show you what I mean now. I'm going to put my finger inside and I'm just going to gently pinch, and then I'm going to move it round and pinch again. And I'm going to go the whole way around my pot, pinching. Now once I've got to the diameter that I think I want the pot to be here, I'll stop pinching outwards, but I think it could be a little bit bigger than that maybe. So you can do it any way. You can put your thumb inside and use two fingers on the outside, or you can use one finger on the inside. Just depends on the size of your hand and what feels most comfortable to you. My fingers aren't that strong, so I quite like to use my thumb on the inside. So it's a bit bigger. You can see I'm getting some cracking here, and that's just where the clay's a bit dry. So just compress it together, grab each side, push together, and then smooth it over. If you feel that your clay is getting really, really dry, you can pop a wet cloth over the top of it for 10 minutes and come back to it. And then the clay should have absorbed some of that water and made it a bit softer. Okay. So you just keep going around and around until you're happy with the size. I quite like that size on the top. Now you can see round here in the inside corner, this bit here, there's quite a lot of extra clay there, and there's not a lot of clay here. All of these are quite thin and the same width. So if I wanted to make this pot taller, I'd need to move some of the clay from down here and push it so that it comes up. So that's what we're going to do next. Now, I like to use my hands as tools as much as possible. So I have a rounded shape in my palm, and I'm going to use that as a tool to shape the outside of this pot. So I'm going to pop that into there. And then using two fingers in a digging motion, so you're almost going to massage the spare clay that's in that corner up the side. So I'll show you what I mean now. put my 2 fingers in there, dig in, and I'm going to pull up. Now where it gets to the thinner bit of the wall, I'm going to pull my fingers away, so I'm not squashing that up. It's just that bottom corner. So I'm going to go the whole way around the base, doing that. And now you can see my pot's taller. I've also made the bottom a different shape again, so just give it a couple of drops on the side and that'll get the base back on there for you. And the next thing to do is just neaten up that edge again, squashing together any bits that cracked apart and smoothing over. Now, I think I'd quite like my edges to be a bit straighter. It's quite round, and there's a couple of areas where it needs a bit of attention as well. So I'm going to get one of the spoons from earlier. Now, I've got a few different size and shaped spoons, and it just depends what you have. So they're quite useful for getting inside pots or making different roundnesses. So I'm going to use this one, no, this one, and I'm just going to go inside and just smooth it all out. It's a much wider, flatter surface than my fingers, so I can do more at once without accidentally poking through the side. Okay, you can also use this on the outside if you like. Smooth over some of these creases. Maybe around the top. It's just about getting it into the shape that you'd like it to be. And I'm going to use a bigger spoon and go around the outside, and I'm going to pat, kind of whack the edges. So I'm doing more compression on that clay again. So like I said, it likes to be compressed, so to get it into the shape I like, I tend to whack it, and this will help straighten out the walls. If I maybe wanted them to be rounded, I could do it like that as well. You know, hit more up here. Now let's just go around and see if we can get these walls straight. Okay, that looks good to me, and then I'm going to turn it over, pat the bottom, do the same thing. Now you don't have to do this, it depends what shape you'd like your pot to be, but I quite like a straight-sided one. It makes it nice and strong as well if you want to build onto the top of it, which I'll show you how to do next.